What's up, everybody? It is your boys back at it again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast. If you like this type of content, man, go ahead and like the video. If you're on YouTube, if you're listening to us, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. We appreciate it. I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West, and we also have my brother from another mother, Cam. Happy Tuesday. Happy podcast day, brother. How are you doing?
Good, man. I'm living, feeling good. Ready for this episode, man. I think it's gonna be a good one. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in, man. How about yourself, though? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm doing really good. Just blessed, man. Highly favored. Got a short work week this week, man. So I'm in a pretty good mood, bro.
Oh,
And
really?
I got a short work week. I'm off Thursday and Friday, and then we got the holiday coming up. President's Day, I think, is
Yo,
Monday, so I'm
y'all,
off for that too.
y'all off for that?
Yeah, so I'm off for that too as well. So really good. So got a 5-day weekend on the way. So I'm in a pretty good mood, man. I really honestly can't complain. Again, man, we got a good show for y'all tonight. Y'all know how we coming, man. Listen, we got to jump into the Super Bowl. We got to talk about the game. We're going to jump into that. Talk about the Super Bowl, talk about the outcomes. What does this mean for Patrick Mahomes' legacy? What does it mean for the Eagles and how they played? What does that defense rank all time? So definitely gonna be a good episode. Also as well, we'll talk about Kendrick Lamar a little bit, right? Halftime performance, most viewed halftime performance of all time. I think it was like 133 million or something like that, even more than Michael Jackson. So that's huge. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. And then Cam Newton. I feel like Cam Newton is a content machine. Like all he does is just generate content. He was like that when he was in the league, and he's like that even more now since he's gotten in the media. He's just a polarizing character. So we'll talk about the whole loser comment that was made about people of the 2010, I guess, Carolina Panthers team. So we'll talk about that. Some of his former teammates have went on the defense and kind of started defending themselves, which I understand that. So we'll talk about that as well. But we got a good show for y'all tonight, man. Tune on in, man. It's gonna be really a good show. So y'all just stay in here, hang in here with us, man. We're gonna have a good time and we're gonna rock out. Cam, let's talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the big game. Let's jump right into it. The Philadelphia Eagles finally get over the hump. They get the win 40-22 over the Chiefs. I mean, they jumped up 24-0 almost like immediately. It was like 17-0 by the time you even snapped. It's gonna be probably unpopular opinion. I probably shouldn't be saying this since I'm on a sports podcast. I have never turned off a Super Bowl quicker than that Super Bowl, ever. After Kendrick performed, I didn't watch anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I turned it off. When it was 24-0 at half, I knew what it was. I didn't need to see nothing else. That game was over. Let's read off some of the stats. Jalen Hurts was absolutely spectacular. He literally only had one bad play to me, and that was the one interception he threw. Besides that, he was perfect almost. He went 17 for 22, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Devontae Smith was absolutely tremendous as well. He has a touchdown now in the national championship game and also as well in the Super Bowl. He went 4 for 69, 1 touchdown. Barkley had 97 yards of offense, only 57 though through rushing. AJ Brown had a touchdown as well with 3 receptions, 53 yards. Dotson had 2 catches for 42 yards as well. And on the Chiefs side, these stats are a little inflated. Like Mahomes, 21 for 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was terrible. We're going to get into that in a minute, but he was terrible. 8 receptions for Worthy was pretty good throughout the whole game. He had 8 catches for 157 yards. It seemed like he was the only one that kind of showed up. Everybody else didn't show up. So it really didn't matter, to be quite frankly honest with you. So that's pretty much what happened in this game. I'll kind of give my synopsis first in this game. Cam, I was absolutely shocked. I have never seen Patrick Mahomes in that offense look so shook in their whole 7 or 8 years. This was worse than the Tampa Bay Super Bowl. It was 24-0 by halftime. The game was over. The game started at 6:30. The game was over by like 7:23. I was already tweeting game over. Game over. 7:23, I was tweeting up, it's over. This just felt like the Tampa Bay game a couple years ago, but worse. And it was. And the score looks a little better than what it was. They lost that game 40-6, Cam.
Yeah, it was 40-6.
They really lost that game 40-6. The team looked absolutely unprepared. The daggone Chiefs only ran the ball 2 times, twice in the first half. Andy Reid, what was the game plan, brother? You come out there and run the ball only 2 times when you know this is probably the best defensive line in the NFL. You're dropping back to pass that much against one of the best, probably the best defensive line in the NFL. The game plan was absolute dog crap. I mean, there's no other way around it, bro. It sucked. It was a terrible game plan. And I think Patrick Mahomes, for the first time in a while, just looked absolutely rattled. And a lot of that was because the O-line was just not blocking. I mean, they didn't even blitz. You want to know how many blitz they sent to that game? 0. They were getting home with 4. They were getting home with 4 people, bro, up front. 4. Jalen Carter was going absolutely berserk. Josh Sweat, I don't think he gets enough credit. That's a really good football player. Nolan Smith has turned it on now. He's starting to understand the game on the NFL level. Jordan Davis, all those guys up front. I mean, they're going to lose Brandon Graham. You said this on Twitter. They're going to lose Brandon Graham, and it's not even going to matter.
It don't even matter.
On the rotation. It don't even matter if they lose him. And this dude is probably a borderline. He's probably not a Hall of Famer, but a Hall of Good for sure.
Yeah.
And
Eagles Ring of Honor.
Yeah. And they're like, we don't care. We don't really need him. I mean, that's how good that defensive line is up front. And just the fact that you didn't ever decide, hey, man, we might need to run the ball a little bit. It's just insane to me. The team looked absolutely unprepared. They just did not look good. And again, I want to give Jalen Hurts some credit. This dude's a top 7 or so quarterback in the NFL. I'm not going to lie. He's got a championship. He outplayed Mahomes in two Super Bowls. Let's be honest. They lost the first one, but he outplayed Mahomes in that one, and he 100% outplayed him in this one.
Yeah.
So in my personal opinion, I think we got to start putting people act like Jalen. I don't really get it. People act like Jalen Hurts is like Daniel Jones. I don't really know why people have this weird, like, I hate Jalen Hurts vibe about them. Jalen Hurts is a top 7 quarterback, nothing less. And at this point, I'm really ready to move him top 6, top 5 at this point. He got a Super Bowl ring. So again, at first after the Super Bowl games, yeah, he's top 7. I went back and watched the game again. He like a top 5 quarterback, man. He's a playoff riser for sure. So again, man, I thought that Mahomes was absolutely god awful. I mean, the pick 6 to Cooper DeJean, the interception he threw to Bond, it was just terrible, bro. I mean, his footwork looked absolutely sloppy, and a lot of that was because the O-line was just absolute dog crap. It was terrible. I mean, the Eagles just had their way with that offensive line. And once you get a quarterback rattle, it don't matter who you is. If you got a dude in your face 1.1 second after, you're not going to play well, bro. That's just the facts. It don't matter if you Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So at this point, Chiefs, I don't think people are like acting like Mahomes is Jover. Like, I don't really get that whole sentiment that's going. I know that the Chiefs are hated. People are like, oh, this is the last time he'll ever be here. And I'm not doing all that yet. Brady went 10 years without making it to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So I'm not going to do that at this point. But again, I still believe in Mahomes, but that was the worst I've ever seen him play. I'm not going to lie. That was terrible. And a lot of it was because of O-line, but also him. Like, that second interception, Deontay said it in the chat. That was absolutely unacceptable, bro. Like, that was a pitiful interception. Like, it was bad. And another guy I got to give credit to, and people scared to say it because he's white. Cooper DeJean, there's no way in hell he should have been drafted at 40. That dude's a top 20 player in the last draft class, bro. I don't care that he's white. I'm going to be honest. That's the reason he didn't get drafted to 40, because he's white. I mean, let's just be honest. That dude's a good player, though. He's a good corner. Him and Quinyon Mitchell both, and the other white kid they got, Reed Blankenship, he good. But that defense, and the thing about the Eagles, bro, I don't think they're going anywhere either. Like, they are young, loaded, athletic on both sides of the ball. I don't really think they're going to lose anybody. They're strong at every single position. Landon Johnson already said he coming back. Now, I don't know if winning the championship they go changed it for him. He might say, hey, well, I won a championship. Let me head on out.
Yeah.
Landon, what's his name? Landon Johnson. Yeah. No, the Lane Johnson.
You talking about Lane Johnson?
Lane Johnson. Yeah, I said Landon. Lane Johnson. He might retire because they won. It makes sense to go out on top. But he said a week ago he's still at least going to go for one more year. So I don't really think they're going to lose anything. I could see the Eagles being back here again next year, personally. That team is loaded. That defense is good. And just kudos to the Eagles, man. You got to give them credit. And, we talk about the Chiefs being a dynasty. The Eagles have won 2 championship rings in the last 6 years,
Something
right?
like that.
So, we might have to start putting them in the conversation of dynasty. They win one more. And if they win 3 and 7, we're going to have to start talking about them like potentially being a dynasty. Because I definitely think there's a chance for them to do that. And shout out to Nick Sirianni. I know he's not a likable guy. I don't really care for him either. But he was talked about being fired last year and even early into this year. And to turn around and get his team to the Super Bowl and win it, I'm happy for that guy. I'm not going to lie. But Cam, the floor is yours.
Yeah, he locked in. He locked in the same way that Ryan Day locked in.
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
They have very similar stories.
Yeah, he realized, like, man, I got this all-star team around me, every position. I need to lock in and win this thing. But anyway, I wanted to touch on a couple of things that you said.
Yeah.
So, first things first, I'm gonna talk about my boy Jalen Hurts. I've been solid on bro this whole time.
You have,
and I'm glad that he proved like what he did in that game. Like, that's the type of stuff. That's why I say he's top 5. Like, people get so infatuated with arm strength and arm talent and people making these ridiculous throws and making these ridiculous plays. But what about somebody who makes all the right plays at the right time?
Right.
They could, like, in that game, I mean, these were clutch plays that he made. I'm talking the scrambles, you know what I'm saying? The runs that he had. Like, a lot of people talk about the tush push, but he had 70-something rushing yards. You don't get that off of no tush push.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know he got a touchdown off of it, but them rushing yards, he put them in position. He was their leading rusher. You know what I'm saying? He was their best passer and rusher in this game. You know what I mean? Everything was on the money except for that interception, like you said, but everything else was on the money, I mean, I thought he was hitting things downfield. Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, both of those were deep bombs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That AJ Brown pass interference that they called back was a deep bomb, but it was right in the bucket. You know what I mean? Like, he showed out yesterday. I thought he did a really good job. And I do think he's top 5. He was already in my top 5, but I do think he's firmly cemented himself. Like, I really don't want to see Justin Herbert in the top 5 no more.
No.
I'm good. Move him back to like 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? Where he belongs. I think, because I would even put Daniels and Stroud right above him. You know what I'm saying?
Daniels, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Daniels has already accomplished more than him already.
You know what I'm saying? So I would put Daniels easily at 6. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP. I do think Josh Sweat probably could have won it, but I'm not mad that Jalen Hurts won it either, because once again, he was really their best player on offense, and they put up a 40 ball. So I mean, I can't really knock it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the defense that you talked about with the Eagles. Like you said, they ain't going nowhere, bro.
No.
I mean, they loaded, and get this, they got a 1st-round pick this year. I mean, it's like it don't even matter. Whatever they hit at 32 or whoever they get at 32 is probably gonna be a hit, bro.
Yep. Howie Roseman,
them boy, he ain't missing,
and,
bro.
And GM's getting like the Hall of Fame.
I don't even know
if they could. I think Howie Roseman would be in there.
That's something else we got to talk about, is the Hall of Fame. We gonna get into that.
Yeah. You're right.
I got bars for them later on. We gonna get into that.
Let's get, actually, after we do Super Bowl talk and Kendrick, let's get into that. Yeah,
we gonna get into that because I got bars for them. But anyway, yeah, man. Whatever they do at 32, man, it's gonna be a hit. They just gonna reload, bro. I mean, they like you said, they got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter on the defense. They got Nolan Smith. Josh Sweat is a free agent, but they gotta pay him now.
They gotta bring him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Zach Bond is a free agent. They probably gotta pay him too, in my opinion. I mean, they got, and then not to mention Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell. They got both of them guys. I mean, they rookies. They ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they so young and so talented. I mean, I'm very impressed with what they did. I thought Vic Fangio called an outstanding game, and he ain't even blitz, bro.
Yeah, no blitz.
Like you said,
crazy.
He ain't even blitz. I just thought, I mean, he just let his guys go to work, and that's exactly what you should do. On the flip side of things, though, with the Chiefs, I did want to talk about Mahomes a little bit. I know he had a rough game. I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, in terms of his QBR, this was the worst QBR by any player in the playoffs this season. That's how bad it kind of was.
It was bad, man.
It was rough. I'm not gonna lie, but I will say that once again, like we saw in the Tampa Bay game, the offensive line, they kind of got bullied. And I don't even think those guys are scrubs. I think they just got punished. Yeah, they just got worked. I mean, none of those, you can't really say them guys are scrubs. I mean, they could probably use a little bit better guard play, but I mean, come on, man. Like they just really got bullied the whole game. No blitzing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs, I think what they need to do this offseason, they need to retool the offensive line, but I also think they need to figure out something with the run game. And don't be surprised if they actually can Matt Nagy. Don't be surprised. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at the numbers the last couple of years since Nagy's been there, I think this is year 2 or 3. The offense has been relatively pedestrian. All right. They don't throw it deep no more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only deep bomb they really had was to Xavier Worthy, and they should have been doing that all season long. If you got a burner like him, they should have been going deep all season long. You feel me? Obviously, Rice is going to come back from injury. I don't know if he's going to get suspended or whatever's going on with that, but he'll be back. I don't know about DeAndre Hopkins, but I'm sure he'll probably be back. And obviously, you got Xavier Worthy. So I don't think the position, the skill positions are the issue. They just got to fit. It's the play calling. You know what I'm saying? The running back room, they got to situate that because Pacheco would look trash since he came back from injury. And I don't know if they're going to do a 1-2 punch with him and Kareem Hunt or what, but they might need to consider going after like a dynamic all-star do-it-all running back. You know what I'm saying? They really might have to decide that at pick 31. Because that's if there's any weakness on their team, they could not run the ball for anything. Their leading rusher in this game.
I think tackle might need to be the answer too for them at 31 potentially.
If they can find somebody, man, whatever they got to do, they have to figure out a way to run the ball. They have to be able to, and they have to find some balance. And they can't keep getting away with these little dink and dunk plays, bro.
Yeah,
like you got at some point, you got to be able to go deep, and you got to be like you got Patrick Mahomes for God's sake, bro.
Right.
Like you can't just sit here. Like if you had a a Jared Goff type beat, you know what I'm saying? If you had a Sam Darnold type beat, you know what I'm saying? I can understand not wanting to air it out every single play. But shoot, even those guys are airing it out more than Patrick Mahomes is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say those guys don't have cannons, by the way, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're not as talented. I mean, it's just what
they ain't got the arm that Mahomes got, is what I'm saying. I think, and see, AB said they need a legit number 1 receiver. I think they got one. I think Rice is that good. He was just hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Xavier Worthy can be that guy too. But once again, if the offense is staying under the chains every single play, you're not gonna have no deep bombs. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have no balance. You feel me? So I think they got to figure out the running game, and they got to figure out just adding extra balance to the offense. So that's why I say don't be surprised if Matt Nagy ends up getting fired.
Yeah. No, I could see it, man. Again, I think the Eagles defense was just so impressive, man. I mean, I was really impressed. I mean, they've been good all year, but they were really good during this playoff stretch. I mean, they were really, really fundamentally sound. They got a lot of guys that need to get re-signed or whatever the case may be, but the Eagles are going to be okay. They got Howie Roseman. Like I was just saying, man, Howie Roseman, as long as they got him, they're going to be all right, bro. More than likely, to be real with you.
And people keep gift wrapping them things. You know what I'm saying? As long as they keep doing that, they'll be all right.
They'll be fine. Yeah.
They'll be straight.
And it just seems like they hit on every draft pick. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It just don't even matter. Like I'm about to keep talking, but I'm gonna look up they draft last year real quick.
TJ said the Eagles need to replace Kellen Moore. I forgot about that. He did get named as the Saints head coach today.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So they'll figure that out. But I mean, again, when you got all those weapons, you know what I'm saying? they'll figure that out. I think they'll probably just promote
So I'm gonna read off some of the picks
somebody.
from just this year. At 22, they took Quinyon Mitchell. Hit. Cooper
That was a
DeJean.
layup.
Hit. They
Layup.
took this Jalen Hunter dude. I don't think he's played too much. Will Shipley in the 4th round. As a special teamer, low key, hit.
Yeah.
Arrhenius Smith, I might be saying this wrong, I don't think he's played much. Jeremiah Trotter, another Clemson guy. Again, I seen him making a couple plays the other day going special teams. So as of right now, low key, hit. They're loaded. Like they just did a really good job in the draft. I'm even gonna go back to 2023 for them, Cam, while I got them pulled up here. Like 2023 draft. Let's go look at this real quick. So in 2023, they took Jalen Carter. Hit. Then at 30, they took Nolan Smith. Hit. They took Tyler Steen. I don't think he's played too much because they're so loaded up on O-line. They took Sidney Brown. I don't know if he plays that much. I know Keely Ringo does play for them. He seems to be a hit. Like they've hit on about 3 or 4 picks every year, and mostly in the later rounds too. They've hit on things. So I think again, you just got to kind of give credit to Howie Roseman. As long as they got him, bro, they're gonna be in the mix, bro.
And I like his drafting philosophy.
Yep.
Because I think it was Nick Wright, tried to discredit him and say that he just drafts based off of what the big boards are. But the real problem is a lot of teams don't do that. Don't overthink the draft picks. Don't pick. See, a lot of teams be picking people based off of fit, and they pick people based off of small things on the tape. You know what I mean? Or small things in like their measurements or what they do at the combine. But they end up overthinking picks. And you end up like, the Jacksonville Jaguars, for example, when they pick Trayvon Walker over Thibodeau, and then they take him over Hutchinson too.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not say that Walker isn't a good player, but Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau were in the mix for the number 1 overall pick for the whole year, like the whole season. You know what I mean? And they decided to take Walker just based off of a potential freak that he could be.
Yeah. But
at the end of the day, you ended up overthinking the picks. And a lot of GMs overthink, and Howie Roseman doesn't. And that's what gets a lot of teams in trouble. Jalen Carter was in the mix for the number 1 overall pick.
And they got him at what, 10, 9?
And they got him at like 10 or 11 or something like that.
I got it right here. They got him at 9.
They got him at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter shouldn't have been no.
And he already looks like a top 5 defensive tackle already.
He shouldn't have been no number 9 pick. He shouldn't have went no lower than 3 straight up.
Yeah, straight up. I know he had the whole car wreck situation, but yeah, that dude's talented, man. I mean, that just is what it is.
It is what it is, bro. Nolan Smith the same way.
Same way with him. Yeah. Just a talented guy, to be honest. So they've loaded up. They did a really good job. But congratulations to the Eagles. Congratulations to the Eagles fans. Well deserved. Happy for Saquon and Jalen. I really like those 2 guys. So I'm really excited for them. Let's move on into the halftime show a little bit. Let's talk a little pop culture here. Kendrick came out, performed Not Like Us, performed TV Off, performed a lot of little songs. SZA came out there and did her thing. Shout out to her. I was impressed. I think at first it kind of started off a little slow because at first I couldn't really hear Kendrick like that. I don't know if it was just me. The audio was not good at first. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit. But then once they kind of got it going, it was good after that. I think Kendrick did a tremendous job. I know a lot of people are hating and saying like Kendrick, mostly Drake stands and white supremacist people, just call it what it is. Yeah, but them the main 2 people that are not liking it. I thought the show was pretty good. I think I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good show. I just cannot believe Kendrick performed Not Like Us and looked in the camera and said, "Say Drake," and smiled. I can't believe he did that. I didn't think he was gonna do that. I thought he was gonna try to avoid using names, just lawsuits. Obviously, Drake's been doing that a lot. And this has been the most viewed Super Bowl halftime ever. So that's crazy over Michael Jackson even. So shout out to Kendrick, man.
Over Michael Jackson.
Over Michael Jackson is crazy. I mean, have we ever seen a rapper have a better 12 months than Kendrick in life? I don't think we have.
What's that Drake said? He got 2 bars that's so funny to me. He said, He said,
Kendrick
Kendrick
open his
just opened
mouth?
his mouth.
Yeah.
That one.
Right now.
And then maybe what he said, maybe I'm Prince and maybe you Mike or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Now looking at this in the grand scheme of things, both of those lines are freaking crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny,
That's
bro.
wild. Like
Yeah,
Kendrick literally opened his mouth and got 5 Grammys. Literally
5 Grammys.
swept the hip hop catalyst. And then he talked about maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike. And then
He just beat
he does
Mike.
better numbers than Mike. So it's kind of crazy because Drake has
Yep.
been this guy that's been saying I'm pretty much Michael Jackson of this
Yeah.
era. So it's just kind of crazy to see. I know it's been a tough, rough year for Drake fans just in general. But yeah, man, I thought the performance was really good. I thought the bringing Samuel L. Jackson out as like Uncle Sam, I don't think a lot of people caught that. Like I had to explain to some white folks, like I don't think y'all are kind of getting what that was about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was cool. And yeah, I liked it. It was good. I liked it. I liked that he ended it with turn the TV off. Serena Williams got up there crip dancing. That's a whole nother thing I want to talk about too. People keep talking about, oh, how's she gonna get up there crip dancing on her ex and didn't her sister get killed by a crip? And it's just like a whole bunch of that going on right now because Drake fans are just like upset about the whole situation. For one, Drake has talked crap about Serena Williams and her husband
for years.
Like for years. Like if that was my wife and a nigga been up there talking that crazy about her for years, I'd have told her, you're going up there and crip walk on him. I don't care. And then people like, oh, well, your sister got killed by a crip again. Kind of misinformation again. Like it wasn't no intentional, from my understanding, it was no intentional unaliving. Her sister got caught in a crossfire in a gang war. She was walking down the street and got hit in crossfire. The person wasn't intending to kill her. Not saying that's right, but people are just doing too much. Like people are just looking too deep into the whole thing to put down Serena for going up there crip walking. I thought it was cool. The fans went crazy, and A Minor went crazy in the stadium, bro. Like that is insane. I think Kendrick low-key got the culture right now, and that's just what it is, man. And I'm a guy that likes Drake and Kendrick both. I like both of their music, but it's just Kendrick's time right now, bro. You just got to give him credit, but I thought the performance was absolutely spectacular. I give it an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. What about you?
Yeah, I give it like a I think I said I give it like a 9 because like for me, when I look at halftime shows, I can only remember a few of them. Mm-hmm. Like they usually forgettable. Like I remember The Weeknd. I thought The Weeknd did a good job. I remember Usher. I remember Rihanna. That's it. I don't remember nobody else halftime show. Only other one I remember was Maroon 5, but that's only because I hated the fact that they was performing in Atlanta. But but regardless, I mean, I thought Kendrick did a really good job. I thought the symbolism was really cool. You know what I'm saying? I know they was like marching on the prison yard, and I noticed like the American flag being split in two. I thought that was interesting. So a lot of that stuff
being in attendance on top of that.
Exactly.
That was almost sending a message to Trump too.
To like, him. Exactly. Yeah. That was the thing for me that I thought was cool. Now I do think that some people, and again, maybe it's just me because I don't know. I mean, I don't know Kendrick like that. I don't know his music like that. But I think a lot of people are reaching just a little bit on some of this stuff. Because I be seeing conflicting reports. It's like, I mean, obviously things can have multiple meanings, but I seen some people reaching just a little bit. But
you talking about the A Minor chain?
No. Well, that's his. They just misinformed on that one.
Yeah, that's this P Lang.
PG Lane. That's his
PG Lane.
record thing. But no, they just misinformed on that. But it's just certain things like they were saying that the people out there, like when they was marching, they was doing like Nazi salutes to say certain things. But
I didn't go that deep into it.
I didn't really catch that one myself. But that was just. Anyway, but the performance was powerful. It meant something, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You knew it meant something. And I think that was the most important part there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to dissect. I've only seen it twice, so I could probably do some more dissecting if I wanted to. But at the end of the day, I got the message. And I think it's the fact that a lot of people, white people, you know what I'm saying? They're saying, bring country back to the halftime show, bring lyrics that we can understand back to the halftime show, bring blah, blah,
I was just about to jump into that. I was literally about to say we're 100% getting. I feel like we're 100% getting like Maroon 5 next year. It's been too many black folks to last. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like I got a feeling we're 100% getting Georgia Florida band or whatever their name is, Georgia Florida Line.
Florida,
and I will not be tuning
Georgia
in for
line.
that.
No, bro, not at all, man.
Be honest, I'll catch y'all after halftime.
And the thing is, we'll see what the numbers look like on them halftime. Oh, on that halftime show. That's the thing.
Somebody said they think we get Morgan Wallen, and that's a good one too.
That one might actually do some numbers.
I actually would be okay with Morgan Wallen low key.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like tuned in, but we're not getting another black person. We done had like 3 or 4 black people back to back, bro. Yeah. We had Usher, Kendrick now, the West Coast people a couple years back. Who else do we have?
Rihanna.
So the last 4 years we're gonna have black folks. We ain't getting
the weekend was before that.
So the last 5 years, since Jay-Z done took over, it been nothing but black folks.
Exactly.
So yeah, we not getting no black folks for a while, chat. It's over with. We probably ain't getting no black folks to probably, like somebody in the Super Bowl said, 2028 Super Bowl is in Atlanta. So we might get black people again in. But until then, we probably getting Taylor Swift and Maroon 5, and they probably gonna give a little break, I think.
Yeah. Look, man, when they come to Atlanta, man, y'all gonna have to do it right, man. You can't do no.
Yeah, don't put no Maroon 5 out there.
Don't do that again, bro. Please, like, just come to Atlanta, little baby. He big.
All the Atlanta rappers. Do the whole scene. Outkast, T.I. Like, let everybody get a song or two.
That's what I felt like they should have did last time.
Yeah.
But again, you got to find the people to agree. You know what I'm saying? You got to find the people that's quote unquote big enough for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hey, when you do, we'll see though. We'll see what they do. We'll
see. Let's transition over into the Hall of Fame stuff, because I want to get into this. I'm glad you brought it up, because I low key forgot. So Hall of Fame comes out. Let's talk about the people that got in. So Hall of Fame people who got in: Jared Allen got in, correct, from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
spent a little time with the Panthers. Sterling Sharp got in as well, which I think was well deserved, because he's waited a long time. Who else got in, Cam?
Eric Allen. And Antonio Gates. So what we know is that the perimeters have been changed now to where it's even harder to get into the Hall of Fame now. So normally I thought we used to see 7 get in. We only seen 4 get in this class. And these are just some of the guys that missed out. I'm gonna be honest, and you can call me Panther bias. I don't care. Luke Kuechly should have been first ballot Hall of Famer, bro. I don't think there's 2 linebackers better than Luke Kuechly, ever. Ray Lewis and Luke. That's the list for me. I'm gonna be honest. Ray Lewis 1, Luke Kuechly 2. I don't care how short the career was. I do not see how. I just don't see how he wasn't in first ballot. Steve Smith misses again, which we're gonna get into him in a couple minutes. Torrey Holt was another one, missed again. Reggie Wayne missed again. Who else? Oh man,
it was so many people. Eli Manning, I don't think he had. I don't think he. Unpopular opinion, I don't think he needs to be in personally. I get it. He won the 2 Super Bowls against the GOAT. Eli was never a top 5 quarterback ever at any point in his whole career. He never was.
Well, CT, another thing too, I thought that it was I thought one of the minimum criteria was that you had to make at least 1 All-Pro team.
Has he made any?
He ain't made none. And so I thought that was the minimum. Like I thought they said that the minimum criteria was 1 Pro Bowl and 1 All-Pro team. I thought that's what they said. But man, I could be wrong. I'm wrong, because they were still talking about Eli even being eligible. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, bro. But go ahead, continue. My bad.
Also as well, Fred Taylor was another one. Some people in the chat are saying that he didn't get in. Terrell Suggs, he didn't get in.
Sizzle should have been in. Yes,
Sizzle should have been. He's another one. He should be in, bro. Low key first ballot too.
Yes.
Darren Woodson wasn't in. Marshall Yonder did get in. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Jahar Evans, guard, he didn't get in. I mean, there's a lot of guys that Adam Vinatieri didn't get in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're talking about the best kicker probably of all time.
Ever. All-time points leader. Nobody scored more points than him.
And didn't get in.
Didn't get in.
I mean, bro, this just don't make no sense, bro. I mean, this is ridiculous, dog. Like, and again, I hate to crap on Eric Allen. I'm not trying to be rude to this nigga at all, bro. No disrespect to you at all. You shouldn't be in, bro. Not over these guys. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, he shouldn't be in over Luke Kuechly. He shouldn't be in over Torrey Holt, bro. He shouldn't even be in over Sizzle, if I'm gonna be quite frankly honest. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect him or nothing, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Eric Allen was a very good player. Don't get me wrong. He shouldn't be in over these guys, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I hate to pick on him because he's the one that got in. Then I'm like, yeah, not gonna lie, he shouldn't have been in.
Over those guys, yeah.
He shouldn't get in. He shouldn't get in, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But what's your take on the whole thing? I'm gonna let you get your bars off, and I'm gonna pull up the finalists for next year too while you speaking.
Yeah. So a couple things. So Luke Kuechly is automatically a finalist next year because he made it to like the something. Yeah. So he should at least be in next year, hopefully. But I think Steve Smith also automatically a finalist too because he was close to getting in or something like that. They said. But regardless, listen, y'all. The Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is trash. All right. It's trash. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. I know me and T, we talk about the NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Too easy.
All the time. Yeah, T says it's too easy. I think the NFL, I'm not saying it should be like exactly like the Basketball Hall of Fame, but you got to let some guys in, bro. Like 4 people. Come stop it, man. Stop it. Like y'all have to, like they have to at least have some kind of criteria for it. Because, and this is my issue. We put too much emphasis on team accomplishments for the individual player Hall of Fame. Eli Manning shouldn't even be in the discussion.
No.
Because as an individual player, he just simply wasn't good enough. Yeah, he got 2 Super Bowl rings and 2 Super Bowl MVPs, sure. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest of his career, outside of those 2 seasons, he was tragic. And it really pains me because there's guys who I'm thinking just not going to get in, not going to be up for consideration, even though for their whole career, they were outstanding. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Terrell Suggs, first and foremost, he got a chip. I think he got 2 because then he get one with the Chiefs too.
He got 2.
So he got 2. Terrell Suggs should have been in their first ballot.
Yep.
If we going based off of what they did with a team as well as what they did with as an individual accomplishment, he should have been in their first ballot. Steve Smith, like top 5 all time in yards, receptions, and touchdowns. Come on, man. Come on. He should have been in there. We talked about this last 2-3 years now. He should have been in there. Luke Kuechly, 8 years played, 7 all-pro teams. 7. It's Hall of Famers it's Hall of Famers that don't have 2, 3. He got 7.
Yep.
I don't care about longevity. Look what he did in them 8 years.
Bro, he was first team all-pro 5 of the 8 years, bro.
Rookie of the year. Defensive player of the year. First team all-pro, like you said, 5 times. Like an 8-time Pro Bowler. I think he made it all 8 years or something like that, or 7.
He's 7 out of 8. Yep.
Come on, man.
Only year he didn't make it was his rookie year.
Where
he almost made it even then.
So I mean, it's just like, come on, man. Like the Hall of Fame is really whack, bro. It's really whack. And AB says Breeze and Fitz guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm about to go over this now.
Let me tell you something about Fitz. If they ain't put Antonio Gates in, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think Fitz should be in their first ballot if Gates wasn't in their first ballot. And I think and my issue is that Gates should have been in their first ballot. Yes, obviously you got to put Fitz in their first ballot. But the way that they moving, and they only letting 4 people in, he actually might not get in.
Might not get in.
He legitimately might not get in. I'm trying to prepare y'all. My boy, what's it called? Breeze, he probably locked. I know Breeze got to be locked in there. They know, you know, they're gonna put Breeze in there. But it's certain things that I don't like about the Hall of Fame. Drew Brees doesn't have an MVP.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that means he was a bad player. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is there's guys like Cam Newton, for example. These writers and these voters and all of this try to act like Cam had a bad career. But
we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna jump into it.
Cam is one of 50 players that has an MVP. There's only 50 players that ever walked this earth that can say they have an NFL MVP. 50. And Cam Newton is one of them. They're gonna try to leave. They're gonna leave him out, y'all. Greg Olsen, and this is just me being a Panthers guy. Greg Olsen is the first tight end to ever go back seasons of 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards. Yep, he's eligible next year too as well.
He eligible. They're gonna leave him out though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Let me read off the list because this is a pretty impressive list next year. I'm not gonna lie. Marquise Pouncey is going to be. He should be first ballot. I don't think he's gonna get it. I don't.
He ain't getting it, bro.
He's not getting it. Drew Brees, I think he gets it. Geno Atkins is also. I don't think he'll get it though.
No.
Larry Fitzgerald is also eligible next year. The kicker from the Patriots, Stephen Gostowski. I might be saying this.
Gus.
You know who I'm talking about. The kicker that was with the Patriots for a while after Vinatieri. Yeah. LaShawn McCoy, he ain't getting it. Jason Ruitten ain't getting it. Frank Gore had longevity. I bet you he still ain't getting it. David DeCastro had a good career. He ain't getting in. Todd Gurley, I don't even know why his name's up here. He had a good 2-year chance, but he ain't getting in. Mike Apitu, he ain't getting in. Then you got Greg Olsen's eligible next year. He ain't getting in. Phillip Rivers should get in. He won't be first ballot though. No. He won't be first ballot. He's not going to get in. I don't think first ballot. You got Julian Edelman, probably one of the better slot wide receivers, low key of like all time. He's probably not going to get in.
Nope.
Thomas Davis ain't getting in as much as we love him. Probably not getting in. Jarrell Casey not getting in. Dez Bryant not getting in. Sean Lee not getting in. Kelsey Osimile not getting in. Kawan Short, again, another Panther, not getting in. Dentari Poe better not get in over these niggas I just named. Damon Harrison not getting in. Alfred Morris not getting. I mean, Mike Pouncey not getting in, even though he was a really good center. Alex Smith ain't getting in. They give him, it's a sympathy getting in. And Matt Schaub, Jordan Reed, and Tremont Williams. So, again, a pretty impressive list, though. Because I'm looking at this list, I'm going to tell you like this. I think Marquise Pouncey should be in. I think Drew Brees should be in. I think Larry Fitzgerald should be in all of those first ballot.
Yep.
I personally think. Those three right there, first ballot. The ones that I like, they should get in, but maybe not first ballot. I'm with you. I think Greg Olsen should get in at some point. I think Jason Witten should get in at some point. I even think, the kicker from the Patriots is cooked. If Vinatieri
didn't get in,
you cooked, brother. You definitely not getting in.
What is it, Stephen Gostowski?
Gostowski, yeah. You ain't getting in, brother. Phillip Rivers low-key should get in. Not first ballot, maybe, because he didn't win a championship, and I don't think he didn't win an MVP either. But he should still get in at some point. The rest of these guys on this list ain't gonna get in.
No.
And even some of the guys I said maybe on, they probably ain't gonna get in either the way this stuff set up.
And see, the thing about it is, this is why I prefer, even though the NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame, even though they let more people in, and they probably have some people in there that shouldn't be in there, the Basketball Hall of Fame ain't gonna play about the ones that know they should be in there. You feel me? That's what I like about that Hall of Fame, is they don't be playing in people's faces. Like, me and you talked about this man last week, but Luka Doncic, if he retired today, he'd be in there in 5 years. They ain't gonna play about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, that's the type of stuff that I prefer that they do, because think about the NFL. Like, there's no reason that you only can let 4 people in. I know it's supposed to be an exclusive club, but there's no reason to let 4 people in when you got all of these deserving candidates. You know what I mean? Luke, Smitty, Who else you said? Torrey Holt, T Sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you couldn't put 10 in?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, even if you left somebody like Luke off, why you couldn't put Marshall Yonder in there? Or who else was on the list? That we said it was finalists. You could have put them dudes in there, man. I mean, we should have known. To be honest, though, we should have known it was Cook when they didn't put T.O. in their first ballot.
Yeah. That was disgusting work.
Yeah,
that was disgusting work.
we should have known it was Cook when they didn't put T.O. in their first ballot, bro. Like, you could have put all these people in there, man. It's not gonna hurt. Like, you're not gonna bring down the value of the Hall of Fame by leaving Hall of Famers out. All you doing is just making yourself look dumb. Like, Frank Gore, for example, is another guy. If this was like the NBA, the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, he probably would have been in there easily. He in there easily first ballot. But they sitting there playing with people, and they ain't gonna put Frank Gore in their first ballot, even though he got 16,000 rush yards, number 3 all time. Like, he without a doubt should be in there. Fred Taylor was another great player back in his day. Should have been in there. I mean, all of these guys, bro. I mean, I hate that they only gonna put 4 people in there next year, 5 people in there next year. And then the list even gets longer for people that's deserving. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I really don't know. They're going to try to slide Eli in there. They're going to try to slide, whoever in there. But at the end of the day, man, just put just the people that's deserving. I don't care how many people is I don't care how many people are deserving. Put them all in there. Mm-hmm. If they deserve it, put them all in there. Like you said, yes, maybe Phillip Rivers shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So leave him off the first ballot list.
Yeah.
And put, you know what I'm saying? And just put the other guys in there. I'm not saying that they all got to be in their first year.
Yeah, we ain't saying they got to be in the first year. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can at least give yourself 10 guys every year.
Yeah, I agree.
Get yourself 10, bro.
Let's transition to the last conversation of the day. Cam Newton is a daggone content creator. I mean, he just not like literally and figuratively. Like, he just creates content every time he opens his mouth. Cam Newton went on some type of podcast. I guess they were doing this. I guess his podcast.
It was a Travis Hunter podcast.
Okay, it was Travis Hunter podcast. Because he was talking to Travis Hunter, and essentially, and Cam, you can kind of get into it more, but essentially, from what I was kind of, and I'm not gonna lie, let me say this too, because I want to get on Cam a little bit, because kind of the way the whole conversation kind of started was kind of weird. Because it almost was like he was talking down to Travis Hunter at first. He was like, well, you ain't no quarterback, so you ain't going to be able to affect stuff the way I had to and stuff like that. I didn't really like that. It just kind of seemed kind of a bit much. It just, I don't know. It just kind of felt weird to me to be talking on another guy, a guy that you actually kind of like taught in the game a little bit because he was on your 7-on-7 teams. It just kind of felt kind of weird to be talking, I don't know, kind of like down to Travis Hunter, like you ain't gonna be able to do pretty much what I did, essentially. But in that whole grand scheme of things, the main point is he pretty much said, when I came to Carolina, they was 2-14, and the team was pretty much full of losers, essentially, is what he said. And I think Cam worded it wrong. I get what he was saying. And again, I want to give my synopsis first, and I'll let you go. I think Cam worded that terrible. He does this a lot. Cam needs media training. He does not word things well. He does not, like the whole Jordan Rodriguez thing that got blew up a couple years ago. He didn't mean no harm by that, bro.
No,
it's just Cam just says whatever's on his mind. He doesn't have a filter, really. But he don't be meaning no harm by it. And I don't think he meant harm by this either. I don't think he meant all 52 of y'all is some scrubs and I'm up here.
Yep.
Like, I don't think he meant that. But when you are on losing teams, there are some people in the building that have loser mentalities. So you went 2-14 the year before Cam Newton got there. Guess what? You were some damn losers. Is that crazy to say? Now, again, I'm not saying as a person they were like losers. To make it to the NFL is such an accomplishment. I don't think any of those guys were absolute pathetic human beings. To get to the NFL, it takes work. So I'm not going to sit up here and say everybody on the team was losers. But were there some rotten apples in that locker room? And we know there was. We know it was. Were there some rotten apples in there that had loser mentalities in there? Absolutely. Now, again, would I come out and say that publicly to anybody? No. You know, I'm going to be honest. No, I wouldn't have came out and called people losers. I think Cam is being taken out of context again. I think he is being, this is the perfect punching bag situation because people already don't like Cam. And I want to get to Smitty. Let's just cut the crap, man. Smitty, you're one of my favorite Panthers of all time, one of my favorite players of all time. Let's cut the crap. You never liked Cam from day one. You never liked Cam from day one, fam. Like, let's stop the crap. Jerry Richardson literally booted you out because he knew Cam was the franchise. Let's stop the crap. Like, and I didn't agree with that decision when it happened, personally, because I'm a Steve Smith fan. I still think he's one of the best. I think he's probably the second best Panther of all time. I think it's Luke, and then probably Smitty, and then probably Julius, and then Cam, personally, in my personal opinion. I think that Smitty has always not liked Cam. We've heard this before. Like, we heard this back in 2013-14 that he didn't like Cam. This is nothing new. So I think Smitty was just waiting on the opportunity to be like, oh, yep, this is my moment. I've always not liked this nigga. Like, this my time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what it was, personally, in my personal opinion. Now, again, do I see Steve Smith point of the whole thing? I get it. And I told you this on Twitter. I think Smitty and Charles Johnson are taking it too personal. I think he feels like he's talking about them. Man, come on, Charles Johnson. We know you was one of the better players in the NFL of the year. Nobody thought you was a scrub, bro. Yeah. Like, Steve Smith, we know you a Hall of Famer, bro. No, I don't think Cam was saying, yo, Steve Smith was a loser. I don't think he was saying, I don't even think he was calling D'Angelo Williams or Jonathan Stewart, because they were there on them teams too as well as losers. I don't think he was doing that. I think he's talking about dudes at the bottom of the roster that was probably like, I'm just here for a fucking check and I don't care about this team. That's probably who he was talking about. Again, should have called them out publicly? No. Should Cam maybe even come out and apologize and say, hey, man, my bad, bro. I didn't mean it like that. Y'all took it the wrong way. Sure, whatever. But in my opinion, was Cam Newton wrong? No. The team was full of losers. He was right. You went 2-14 the year before. This organization has been full of losers pretty much damn near the whole existence. We haven't had a fucking back-to-back winning season the whole existence of this program. So it's not like he's lying. He's telling the truth. Cam did kind of raise us up out the dead, if I'm going to be honest. This football team was absolutely freaking irrelevant before Cam Newton came here. And you're talking about a Panther fan that's been a fan since about 2000. So I've been here. I was here for the 1-15 year in 2001. I remember that as a kid. Cam did take us. He did bring us to, like, I know Steve Smith was trying to insinuate, like, oh, well, you know, once you came, your highness, like trying to be funny. But I hate to be real. We were kind of a bunch of nobodies before Cam got here. Nobody cared to hear about Carolina. Nobody cared to talk about the Panthers. Nobody cared to hear nothing about us before he got here. And again, would I have said that about my teammates? No, of course I wouldn't have. And did I think Cam should have just shut up? And sometimes Cam needs to learn to just be quiet. Yes, I do. But I don't think what Cam Newton said was technically wrong. I wouldn't have said it, but I don't think he was wrong either, Cam. I don't.
No.
Yours.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't wrong. Let me say a couple of things. So first things first about Steve Smith.
Hold on, one more thing, Cam, before you jump into it. One more thing. Charles Johnson, and again, a great Panther. I'm not disrespecting him at all. I wish him nothing but the best. He's done this a couple of times now. He's like, oh, I got a story on this guy, and da-da-da-da. And he never says nothing.
He said nothing, man.
He did the same thing with Matt Rule a couple years ago. Like, again, it's a bunch of grown men, I feel like, chasing clout off Cam because Cam going up right now in the media game. I'm going to be real. I ain't trying to disrespect Steve Smith. I think he's a GOAT. It needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Should have already been in there. Charles Johnson, Hall of very good. He was a very good player. I respect him as a person. But it's just given like a bunch of dudes that's been hating on Cam. And now since Cam got the spotlight, it's like, okay, now I can tell you how I really feel about you so I can get some clout off of this situation as well. That's just how I feel about it too. But floor is yours. My bad. Sorry about that.
You good. You good. Man, I think Steve Smith. I'm not gonna say he ain't never liked Cam, but I think he was jealous, bro. I think
Yes,
he's always
nigga,
been
that was the
jealous.
rumor
I
that
think
he
he's
was
always
jealous
been
of Cam.
jealous because Steve Smith was the alpha dog in Carolina for years. He was the face of the franchise for years at wide receiver, and that's not an easy thing to do at wide receiver. That's how you know you was one of them ones, you know what I'm saying, and worthy of being in the Hall of Fame because you literally carried a franchise. You are when people think of the Carolina Panthers, Steve Smith is probably that dude that they be thinking about.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
One
saying?
of them for sure.
Especially the haters that don't like Cam, they probably tell you that it's either Luke or Smitty. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, he's like one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? But he was jealous, bro. He didn't like how this kid came in there and immediately became the face of the franchise. Before he even took a snap, he was immediately, all eyes was on him. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 overall pick, Heisman winner, national championship, generational prospect. All eyes was on Cam. And he elevated the team. His rookie season is arguably still the best ever. Arguably. You know what I'm saying? So it's like statistically at least 35 touchdowns and 4,700 yards coming out the gate. It's people that can't even do that today.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's people in their prime that can't even do that. And he did that out the gate. So I think Smitty was I think he's been a little jealous, but I also think that he always rode for Cam because when Cam was in New England, Steve Smith was one of the main guys out there saying, look, yeah, man, I think y'all being too hard on my guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one that he used to go to the war for Cam when he was in New England. I still remember when he was going against N'Keal Harry, when N'Keal Harry made them comments saying that the reason why he didn't do well in New England was because Cam Newton was his quarterback, even though his career year was with Cam Newton, and that's why he out the league now. So N'Keal Harry, I mean, so and Steve Smith. So I think they did like Cam, but I think that they always felt some resentment toward him as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as far as Charles Johnson goes, he needed to stop.
Yeah, right. He gave. I can understand Smitty point a little bit. Yeah. Charles Johnson was definitely giving off clout chasing vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
He gonna sit here and say I had my best year that year. That's what Cam was talking about. You was a loser, bro. How you gonna sit here and say? And for a lot of the flack that Cam got last week when he said he wouldn't trade his MVP for a Super Bowl championship, that's pretty much what Charles Johnson just said. Charles Johnson just said, my career year came in the year that we was 2-14. So how was I a loser? Brother, y'all was losers. He didn't say
that's literally an epitome of loser mindset.
Cam Newton didn't say on that podcast, hey man, when I went to Carolina, Charles Johnson was a loser. That's not what he said. He said there was a locker room with a bunch of losers in it. He didn't say every last one of y'all was losers. He didn't say you by name. He said there was a locker room full of losers. He was talking about the Jimmy Clausens of the world. All right. The same man who came in and was really upset that Superman was the number 1 overall pick. He wouldn't even give up his jersey number unless Cam paid him $1 million, is what he said. So that's what he meant when he was saying it was a bunch of losers in the locker room. You trying to hustle me for $1 million because you know that job is mine? You crazy. So that's what he meant by that. You know what I'm saying? And I think Charles Johnson took it way too personally, but I think he also exposed himself when he said that my career year was that year that we came 2-14. If you still thinking about that season as your career
year, 2-14 as a team, that's exactly what Cam's talking about.
That's exactly what he was talking about. You was selfish.
That's loser mentality.
And that's loser mentality. Because now all you thinking about is yourself. And he literally said
I didn't see that. I didn't see that part. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was literally guys that was all about their money. That's what Cam said. And if you thinking about your career year, that means you thinking about the money. And you wasn't thinking about the wins because y'all was losing.
And let me say this to Cam. Can we be honest here too as well? Another part that's not a lot of people are not bringing up that I think is there's a little resentment from Cam to the Carolina Panthers as well.
Yeah,
they've done nothing but disrespect him since the moment he walked out. Or the moment they walked him out. Let me say that too.
Yeah.
The moment they walked him out in 2020. Cam has had resentment towards the Carolina Panthers. Steve Smith and CJ, they're all on good terms with the Panthers. They hanging out with them. They doing all that.
They didn't pass
Cam hasn't worked that bridge yet with Tepper and them. They still kind of beefing.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing you kind of gotta take. And I like Jonathan Stewart's approach in it. He kind of said, "Let me stay out of this." You feel me? Like, let me sit. And same with Trey Boston. Trey Boston was another one that was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
Let me
OGs beefing, man. Let me let the OGs
yeah,
handle
let
they
me just
let
stay
me
out
let
of this.
let me
I
let
just
me let
felt
them
like,
squash this.
yeah,
Yeah.
for one, I think there's a lot of resentment between Cam and the Panthers, and I think Panthers players, as we can see, there's a lot of resentment from them
Yep.
towards Cam as well. I hope it gets resolved. I wish it wouldn't have got all unveiled on the internet. It's just not a good look. Y'all is 40 and 35 plus, bro. Like y'all could have picked up the phone and called each other. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It just wasn't. Again, do I agree with everything Cam does? Absolutely freaking not. No, he's not perfect. He does some things that I'm like I said, even the beginning of the conversation with Travis Hunter, I didn't like the way he was starting that off. It just didn't sound good. And even the whole losers thing, the way he said it and all that, it just didn't sound good. But again, I think Cam is just kind of misunderstood. I think he just words things the wrong way. But I don't really think he was wrong on what he said. I just don't. He's right. And Charles Johnson literally proved the goddamn point by coming out saying that. I didn't know he had said that until you said that.
Yeah, the thing about it is he's rarely wrong, bro. That's the funny. He just says it the wrong way. He's never wrong. He just say it in the wrong way. Even with the Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott thing, he wasn't wrong. He still ain't wrong. He just said it the wrong way. He just said he called them game managers. I think they're game managers plus. You know what I'm saying? I think they're good. They're good quarterbacks. No, make no mistake about it. But when you call somebody a game manager, that's usually a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? They saying you good enough to start, but you're not good enough to win. Pretty much is what they saying when you a game manager. So I think he did. I think he worded that wrong too. So he's always had these issues with wording things. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I wanted to say too about Cam real quick though is that with this whole his new passion for media and speaking and all of this stuff, I think he has to. I'm not saying he got to change, but I think he got to eventually. He got to grow up.
Yeah, he got to grow up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
it's
some things he got to change. He got to get media trained, and he does have to grow up a little bit.
He got to grow up because there's things that he says and he does, and I'm like, okay, I like what you do. I'm always support you, but you too old for this at this point, bro. You're almost 40 now. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that you say, some of the stuff that you do, is like you done got a little old now. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the reasons why he gets disrespected a lot is because of the way he behaves in the media and the way he acts. Like you see, like when I look at other legends, like for example, Shador Sanders, very close relationship with Tom Brady, right? Mm-hmm. He would never disrespect him in public like he did that one time when Cam pulled up to Colorado. You remember he pulled up to the game? Mm-hmm. And he pretty much smacked his hand away like that. Mm-hmm. He would never disrespect Tom Brady like that. But the reason why he felt like he can do that with Cam is because Cam still act like somebody that's Shador Sanders' age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter, when he was doing at the Heisman ceremony, he also smacked Cam hand away. Now, he was doing that out of love and he was playful with him, but there's a certain when you behave with somebody like you, they brother, like you, they little brother or whatever, they gonna treat you like that in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then now the fans are seeing that, and the fans are saying the same thing. The fans always been disrespecting you, especially the white fans. They never liked you because you was black. You was a black quarterback. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he need to. I'm not asking him to change. I'm just saying you might need to start moving like an OG rather than one of these YNs out here, because it's not gonna work that way, bro.
Yeah, how old is Cam now? He's like 35, right?
He almost 30. He 35 or 36.
Yeah, you got to grow up, brother.
So we starting to get to that time, and he's already said he's put his football days behind him, so he don't really need to be acting like he in the locker room no more.
No.
But that's just my take on the whole thing, though. I think he just needs.
Yeah, he's about to be 36 in May.
Yeah, if he worded it better, I think everything would be fine. I do think obviously they can patch this up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I hope they do. I hope somebody gets them on a phone call and they try to patch things up.
They'll fix that, and I think Carolina still need to patch things up with Cam.
100%.
Because that's getting ridiculous now. Cam done said basically the reason why he keep taking shots at y'all like this is because y'all keep disrespecting him. Y'all ain't put him on no flyers. Y'all ain't put him in no he ain't nowhere in the stadium. Like when they do the renovations, we need to see Cam face all up in there, bro, because he's your only MVP.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it was taken out of context, man. But I agree, man. I think it's just a lot of resentment. Like I've been saying, it's resentment from the Panther players to Cam, and then it's resentment from Cam the way he was done at the end of his tenure with the Panthers. I mean, and honestly, let's get to the point too. Winning and making the franchise look better solves all this. So this even falls back onto the current Panther players now.
Yeah.
If y'all start winning again, a lot of this can be mended probably. Winning solves all, brother. So hopefully, one more thing I want to say before we shut out for the podcast tonight. Did you see how much media attention Bryce was getting this week? It was given like they trying to make him be the new like young face of the league. Am I the only one that was getting that kind of vibe this weekend?
I think because he was so popular, because everybody likes Bryce. You know what I'm saying? I think people always wanted Bryce to do well. Obviously, being a former number one overall pick, this should be where he's at. And I think the way he ended the season so hot, you know what I'm saying? They kind of trying to cash in and put more eyes on Bryce, because the way he was playing at the end of the season, I mean, he had 5 of them things on the Falcons, bro. Like, like that ain't no small feat, bro. So I think they definitely trying to cash in on some of that underrated hype.
Yeah.
I just hope it don't, obviously get to his head.
Yeah.
And he stay focused. I really didn't like seeing him on Barstool, because I hate Barstool. But but hey, I'm glad I'm at least glad he's happy, you know what I'm saying, and getting the love that he deserves after the end of last season.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely deserved. That is gonna recap. That's gonna end the season of football for us, y'all. The football season's over. And that's it went by so quick, I feel like, but it's over.
Yeah.
For this season. And yeah, I just can't believe the football season's already over. I was just talking to somebody today and I was like, man, dang, ain't gonna be no football on Sunday. Like, that's crazy.
Nope. It's crazy.
So yeah, football season's over. And with that being said, we probably gonna take off a few weeks. Me and Cam talked about it probably till March 4th, probably potentially. We're gonna probably come back in March and kind of start preparing more into the basketball season. So we will be taking the next few weeks off, starting after tonight. We'll be off, and then we'll kick into season 3, man, of this pod, man. Again, we just appreciate y'all's love and support. When we come back, we're gonna probably start hopping into a little bit of NBA. I've actually been watching college basketball lately too. Clemson looks kind of good.
Oh man, hold on, man.
Yeah. I was about to say, get your bars off. Y'all had a good weekend, man.
Man, we didn't have a great weekend. Boy, what you talking about, man? Shoot, them boys. So first and foremost, y'all, we got the longest streak against top 5 teams in the country right now. We done won 5 straight games against top 5 teams. That's incredible. Like one thing I got to give Clemson a lot of credit for is that they play up.
Yeah, they do.
Play up. Yeah. They play up every time, man. We beat Duke and North Carolina this weekend.
They've swept all the North Carolina schools. Swept them.
Swept all of them. I mean, they've had a great season so far. We got 20 wins in our 3rd straight season. We rank number 23 right now. Next game is on Saturday, my birthday, against Florida State, and then and who I think we've already beat once this season. So it's like Clemson just got to keep locked in, man. Just stay locked in, and look, man, we might be able to make some noise in the tournament, bro.
I think, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think y'all are gonna be able to. I think y'all gonna be able to make another run, because the thing I've been watching Clemson the last couple days. Man. Clemson is physical. They're big, and they can shoot the 3 too. Is another thing. Like, they're one. I think I heard this morning when I was listening to the radio. They're like top 15 shooting percentage 3 in the country.
Yeah.
So they're really good. I've been watching Clemson lately. Y'all are doing a really good job. Hey, watch out for my UCLA boys. We on a 7-game winning streak now.
Yeah.
I'm saying we 18-6. We got a big game tonight against Illinois. If we get to 19-6, Illinois, I will say Mick Cronin, he turned things around a little bit. He turned things around. We done won, 7 out of the last 8 games, 7 in a row. We playing good ball, man. We just got to keep it up, man. We got to keep it up. But we've been playing pretty good too. I've been watching us. I stay up late sometime and watch us play. But we've been doing pretty good too. So we starting to turn a hill. But with Clemson, though, to get back to them real quickly, Clemson, I think they're gonna make another run in the tournament because they just built for it. They old. They're not disrespectful. Like they're older. They're experienced. They got a lot of veterans. They done been there for 4 already last year. And I gotta even give credit to the reason I stopped pulling for Clemson. Brad Brownell is doing a really good job. Like he's starting to, like he's really starting to seem to like. It took him 20 years, but he's finally starting to get it. It seems like as a coach now. Yeah. So I guess you got to give him credit because I stopped pulling for Clemson like 08, 09. It's been a long time. I haven't pulled for Clemson basketball in a long time.
I think the thing about him, and we talked about this last year too, he does well when he has senior players on his team. Yeah. I mean, the whole team is. You wasn't lying when you said we old. We are old. Like next year we probably gonna be bad because we're really old, and we're gonna lose a lot next year. But at the end of the day, I want to see what I want to see from Clemson is I want them to make a run in the ACC tournament because I'm tired of getting bounced in the first and second round. I don't like that. I want us to make it at least to the Final Four of the ACC tournament. Yeah, and then for the NCAA tournament, at the very least, just give me another banner. Sweet 16. That's all. You ain't got to go to the Elite 8. You ain't got to go to the Final Four. You ain't got to go to the national championship game.
Clemson's a physical team, man.
Bro, if they get, I mean, I'm gonna take it. It wouldn't
surprise me at all if Clemson makes it to the Final Four. I'm dead serious.
Final Four, bro.
It would not surprise me, bro, because of the experience and how physical they have. 3 good things that it's just unteachable: the physicality.
Yep.
The experience, and they can shoot the ball. All 5 positions can shoot the 3.
In terms of 3-point efficiency, they number 1.
They number 1 in the country.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like Clemson got some basketball. We're gonna jump into it more in March. But we're gonna definitely be jumping in some college basketball because, like I said, I've been watching. I've actually been keeping up with college basketball like a lot lately. Actually. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been a pretty good college basketball season.
It really has. I've been actually tapped in. Shout out to AB. Florida they beat who they beat? They beat Bama? Auburn. Yeah, they beat Auburn. Number 1 team in the country, so good for them.
Man, you know what? And the thing about it is Auburn stayed number 1. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
They stayed
I think all the top teams lost because Duke lost to y'all on the same day. But I don't really think there was really much. I mean, in college basketball, teams are going to lose. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it really affects them as much. One last thing I did want to say, shout out to my pops because he just texted me about it just now. Let's just give 30 seconds. Luka first game as a Laker. What did you think? Just give me a quick reaction.
I thought it was. I ain't gonna lie. He looked chunky, bro. He looked a little chunky. He looked a little thick out there.
He ain't played since this December though, so I'll give him a little bit of slack.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. He just need to get his conditioning right. But what I really wanted to talk about with the Lakers is Austin Reeves. That brother there.
That boy done turned the corner. He done turned the corner.
Look,
he done turned the corner, bro.
All I'm saying is I've seen a lot of people say that people don't have a better third option in the NBA right now. Right now, easily, he's probably the best third option. I mean, the way he's been playing, he might be the second option right now behind LeBron.
He's been the last month. He's been on absolute tear, dog. Like
since in February, Black History Reeves in February, he's averaged 28. Black History Reeves 28, 7, 6 on 50, 50, 90, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, no, on 50, 50, 100. He's only missed 1 free throw pretty much in February. So on 50, 50, 100, 27, 9, and 6 or something like that.
He's been
numbers.
He's been incredible, man. He's been freaking incredible. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's been absolutely incredible. Luka, yeah, like you said, it's gonna take some. But LeBron was playing with some tenacity last night. Like he was playing with even on defense. I'm like, ooh. We ain't seen this from Braun about 7 years. Hold on now. Man. We ain't seen this from Braun about 7 years, bro.
I'll tell you, that boy Braun so excited he got Luka now, man. I promise you, that's how he invigorated,
man.
Instagram
post earlier about him talking about the big 3.
Yeah. He talking about
now I'm starting to low key fear that LeBron did make that call on AD.
That's why I was.
He's too hype. He's
way too hype. And
he might have made that call on AD, bro. He might have.
I ain't gonna lie. I think because he didn't make the call, but Rob definitely called him and was like, "Look, man, I think we gonna send AD. How you feel?" And Brian was like, "Yeah, go ahead,
give me." Because he a little too hype. He a little too hype. Like, did you see the pregame speech when he was telling singled Luka out and was like, Luka, do you? Like,
yeah. He said, don't do them, do you or something like that.
Yeah.
He was like, I
he
was
was
just
like,
like,
no, he said
man,
something about like, don't stand in, stand out, or something.
stand out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, don't
I'm
fit in,
starting to
don't
think,
fit in, don't fit
yeah,
out, fit out. Yeah.
I'm starting to think Lee GM might have been responsible for the Anthony Davis trade now. So my bad on that, y'all. I'm looking to be wrong. I think I might have been wrong on that. He did have something to do with that trade.
The GM definitely,
Yeah, Lee GM definitely
had
had something to do with that. Yeah.
he,
But okay.
he didn't write the trade up, but he definitely pushed that button.
Yeah,
boy.
he best be putting that button. Yeah, he did. Well, we appreciate y'all again as always, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, probably March the 4th. We'll be back sometime in March, definitely March 4th. We'll figure it out, but March 4th is kind of when we're setting to be back. But again, man, we appreciate all y'all love and support getting us through football season. So we're gonna take the next few weeks off, brainstorm and get ourselves kind of together for basketball season, and then into the summer for getting back ready for football. So again, bro, we appreciate y'all love and support, man. Thank y'all so much. Cam, did you want to say anything before we shut it out tonight?
Yeah, I was just gonna say tomorrow, be on the lookout for that PlayStation State of Play.
Okay.
I
You
ain't
think
even
GTA gonna drop something?
No,
Oh,
I don't think so. I don't think so. But just be on the lookout for it if you like games. Because apparently it's 40 minutes long and they supposed to be showing like a lot. So if you anything like me and y'all been waiting, tune in to it tomorrow. I ain't got no equipment on this computer yet, but I might go live and like we did for the last game show. So I might do something like that. So y'all just stay tuned on everything. But definitely stay tuned on us too. We'll be back sometime in March. Probably March 4th at the earliest. And then and we'll be talking more basketball pretty much for the rest of until the basketball season over. But that's pretty much it though, y'all, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. And also as well, Cam, I'm still gonna tell you happy birthday on Saturday, but y'all give a quick happy birthday to my boy Cam. His birthday is on Saturday, so some of y'all might not see him again after Saturday or before Saturday. So if y'all could just give Cam some love, I'll still tell you happy birthday on Saturday as well. But happy birthday to my boy Cam. What you got for your birthday, bro?
Nothing at all, boy.
You ain't doing nothing?
Nope, I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna go watch Captain America.
Okay.
Because that come out this weekend, but that's it. That's all I got planned. 27 years old, man. We
y'all, they in the chat saying happy birthday, Cam. So again, bro, we definitely enjoy your birthday, bro.
We unk status now.
Unk status is crazy. I'm about to be 30 and daggone a month, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm definitely unk status now. That's status, wild.
Bro. We about to be the OGs and the old heads, man.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Well, all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all love and support, man. We're gonna holler at y'all in the next one. Very good podcast today, y'all. Thank you, Cam, for everything you do for the pod as well, brother. We appreciate it. And again, man, thank y'all for just supporting us. We will see y'all.